Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 Sri Lanka, this ongoing video series here on the Lord Ness channel. But as you know, as we get closer and closer to the release of the Legacy of Persia DLC, which I know for a fact that that Persia, as you can see there, that this is, well, again, it's obviously Seljuk controlled. There's 3 separate sultanates that are all Seljuk. But nevertheless, again, this region stands out because of, you know, the changes that they'll be making. Yes, I've been reading some dev diaries just to, you know, just to stay informed. That was the words I'm looking for. I was a bit troubling here. And I would also say that that obviously, because of the length of this Sri Lanka series of how long this will go on, this will definitely mean that by the time this DLC comes out, I'm not going to be starting a new playthrough related to that region until, I mean, not only as soon as the Sri Lanka series is finished, when we, you know, do the final goal of unite the Sangha to get up to the province of one of these monasteries to 900, which is still a long way, as we're in the mid 300s. By we, I mean particularly the Mahavihara, as I'm a great patron of it. Just to remind ourselves, yep, mid 300s. You get up to 900, right over there. So this means this is going to take several more decades, perhaps a century. So no doubt that this series will end. I predict it's going to be around 1200s, late medieval era. And of course that means as long as you have a lot of money to continue the support of the Sangha by any means, then you'll perhaps do so. And once I unite the Sangha, then I will call it official under the series, and then I will figure out where in the Iranian world, particularly areas of Persian Empire, that I would be playing in. Those are the areas that tend to stand out. But anyway, I mean, but knowing that I like to play in rice regions, since I like to use the rice mod, so that means it would be somewhere where there's a rice flavor pack. I mean, I know at least a few, such as Khuzestan. So I mean, there's one for it. There is a little flavor pack over in Yezd, and of course over in parts of Kabulistan, at Zubilistan. Around those areas, there's a flavor pack for Zumbills along with the Pamiri people. Yeah, them too. And of course the Kuzi people from Khuzestan, which I showed you a little bit of that when I was doing my Haran series, because of close proximity. But never really expanded, you know, beyond that point. Grand activity tournament over there, way too far away for me to care or to even get there. So basically, if I do an Iranian series for Legacy Persia, it'll probably be somewhere where there's a rice flavor pack, so I can start from there. And I'm well aware of the struggle thing that they're going to add there, which was not going to be quite like this one, or the old colonization for Greenland thing that I did many a series back when I was in Norway. Basically opposite side of the world. Speaking of this side of the world, here, well, trouble is brewing. At least, well, it depends on who to blame, right? Because this man holds 2 counties, 2 ratas, and that's too much for my liking. And so I take issue with that. For your successes. Daughter of mine. daughter of... No, 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 I'm not Vikram. This is daughter... I mean, yes, it's our house, but I would rather have personal control over them. Yeah, of course, that would mean you're giving it to your sons. But as I stated before, I prefer a decentralized realm, where every single county is led by a ruler. Whatever happened to this one house? I used to rule there. So now it'll be... Where'd y'all go? They don't have claims anymore. It's kind of sad a bit. But at least they're still married, they still have family, even entered into our family. So it makes the old man the house head. And then soon, he's going to be the new man of the house. But they're not landowners anymore. And speaking of those who are not going to be landowners anymore, talking to you, Mihidala. Been here since the beginning of this, but look at you, strength without greed. You refuse to pay me money. But we will not engage him this soon. Because, look, we never ever improved our military ever, and our income is so good, and I thought, well, why don't you invest on increasing the size of these men-at-arms regiments? Oh, and especially this, get rid of this. Instead, it'll be the Velakara to take its place. As a reminder of who they are, the Velakara, or the Velaka, are guilds of soldiers who are quite effective in battle, and are often deployed as royal guards or protectors of sacred sites. Basically improved version of the armored footmen, and plus they do give some pursuit and a little bit of screen. More expensive though, but they are effective against not only spearmen but archers as well, and they can fight well in forests, jungles, and hills, the terrain that you typically see on this part of Tambapanni. So I'm willing to put a bunch of money in that. 500 strong, to make it sensible. And up the mangonels as well. All size 5, not all the way to the max, because of the expenses. But while the size of the men-at-arms regiment builds up, which we're just improving our military, so we can go deal with this matter here, and as well as intervening other conflicts if I need to, if anybody calls me to a war. But in the meantime, I'll go on a pilgrimage to Sri Pada. It'll make the most sense regarding control growth. Someone special in travelogue, that's fine. Just wanted to gain experience in my lifestyle. So, let's get to it. Again, I have a valid reason. As time goes along, we'd let the men-at-arms regiment increase their size. Turco-Persian. You gotta be very expensive to recruit. Oh yeah. Honesty works best. here's my plan for this episode. While the man-at-arms strength builds up, then we'll try to arrest that man, which of course, 0% chance of success of imprisonment until civil war begins. And then after we deal with the rebels, I will revoke their titles, and I'll keep it for myself for a while. And then go on a pilgrimage to Varanasi, Sarnath in particular. And during that pilgrimage, I'll bring Silk Road merchants with me. And then we get to be rich. And then we use that money to start building temples all over for the renown of our dynasty. Now, anyways, Momchilo and I have been chatting amicably now for many hours now. It's a bit redundant as we continue on our trip. The two of them seem to be getting along really well with each other. They're becoming fast friends. Man, Momchilo, how many friends do you have? Yeah, you got a lover, you have 2 friends, 1 rival. But you never had a family of your own, even despite the fact I told you to be married to this. Well, to be fair, she's a lowborn. My culture has discovered arched saddle. Arched saddle. That is an early medieval innovation, which you now barely have armored horsemen, which is obviously very expensive to upkeep. Now there are no more innovations for us to get in early medieval for the Sinhalese culture. Never really bothered with this. But as for high medieval, again, going for guilds, which will get it in 7 years, which will unlock another building slot to basically build more buildings in. And you can build a small caravanserai, which I believe that's for only, out yonder, not here in particular. And our current exposure is men-at-arms, which you can have even more men-at-arms regiments, as well as the size of it, to make it feel like a professional military. But the issue is, the economy here in Tambapanni cannot support a strong military. You need a strong economy in order to support a strong military, which is something we're making little advances of. Tell you what, after guilds, go for knighthood. Because the knight effectiveness, accolade glory gain, and as well as children completed their education in martial focus to gain a student of knighthood trait. It's the way to do it. See that, man? I'll climb it. You know the story. Gift of entertainers from Vijayabahu of Rohana. Cousin Vikram. Thank you. Up the mountain we go. Just be patient. Take your time. You're not infirm, are you? No? That means you're still excellent physician. I will donate some token trinkets instead of doing the usual option that's donate great amounts, because money is going elsewhere. See that mountain? I did climb it. That's to go towards the accumulation phase. Thanks to Dartha, I can go inside. Forgot about that. That is my courtier friend. Yeah. Vijayabahu. Need a name? Again, having another building slot would mean could build either I'm looking. Wind furnace would be excellent. And here's the one thing you keep forgetting that you almost never do, because you are god danged. Station one of your men-at-arms. Valakara, you know. Royal Guards. It makes sense to station them here. You create a Liberty faction against me? Oh yeah, you're definitely going to prison. We'll deal with you soon. Perhaps next year. Yeah, next year. I would like to sell trivial titles again before going to a war. Which is just a way of saying, building up our war chest. As me and my councils are gathering for the meeting of my dog, a shadow approaching with begging eyes of droopy tail. She does not like to be left alone. What is the important meeting? She'll join me. I'll even may resort to extorting subjects. Haha, good girl. Oh yeah, I do have another thing up in my sleeve. Of plans. Collaborate with Indian Ocean Pirates. Which is very expensive. It gives out a bit of renown. Remember, I try to do it here, but it doesn't remove the university. We're revoking a title, and I thought of an idea. We need to... I mean, Jiminy Christmas, the town is really... In fact, how does that compare to other places like Sangha? This is a rich area. It doesn't compare. In fact, look that up. Economy. Kitty's decided his time in Tirumaka has come to an end. Starts to pack his chest and says his farewells. Goes to with Kitty goes his claim on the Mardala of Tosali. If I want to press it, I'll make it my vassal. This is the last chance to make a mistake. May your journey be safe and swift. Don't want to care much for you. Obviously, here at the capital is where the most income is. Besides, you know, the hill country, the hill district. Up there, this is also where most of the economy is. So, I thought, well, we should move the capital temporarily just to build a pirate den up in Nagadipa in Jaffna. Oh, you're willing to show loyalty? You may do so, but don't expect kindness in return, because you're still going to jail. What else? I have in mind. I mean, yes, the money, and two, yeah, there's going to be a bit of pirate infestation, which is going to be an issue for those up there. And there's a pirate den. Now, pirate den. There's a few places like this one over there. Thieves hideout. Over in Vambanan. Which that one gives more tax. Decreased a bit of levy size and reduced cost of maintenance of men-at-arms. And yes, it could go up the tiers. So I thought I should invest in that. Once we take Nagadipa over. My son, Pramakara. Not Parakara, but... Oh, I just saw him pick up a trait. What did you just... He's weak. Physically weak. Oh dear. Waking up in the morning besides my hostage, indeed, I sighed, stretch out languidly, only to catch a glimpse of my beloved wrinkling nose. All but my altar and car further, only to have recoiling for the listen, Gajabahu, my love, starts quickly as the words are tumbling out of my accent. It's difficult to bring up. You've not been smelling particularly fresh recently. Dumbfounded, I give my arm an inquisitive sound. Well, she has a point. It's not that bad. Jackson's not the issue. Yeah, great. He's physically weak, but hopefully in a realm of medicine and learning, he'll be fine. Another son of mine. Surakita. I didn't see the prominence. Eight children so far. That's how much I have. Not quite fully reinforced yet. Hey, where's he going? He's traveling. Pilgrimage? Hunt. Let's died sickly. As a reminder, in the Dark Ages, the death rate of infants was high indeed. As Rhodes was born a sickly child. Unfortunately, death took her away. I had so many hopes for you, my sweetest self. All of the things you would learn, experience to do. There are so many possibilities, a whole life to live. Maybe you would have had children of your own one day. But now none of those will ever come to be. Rest in peace, little Debutantes. Yeah, this spring, I'm gonna sell these trivial titles to gain some income to build a war chest. So that way it'll be temporary. Oh, what? Oh, I was stretching. Culture fascination progress just to get to the innovations a little faster. But I kind of really want to switch over to, oh, I don't know, like saying, you know, for habit's sake, because I like to have more children. Family. For more fertility. And plus, I just wanted to get this perk just to have my son and heir to have a little bit of extra skill points on one of them. Hopefully learning. Because I envision him as being one of the great learned people. Even though he may be physically weak. Which is not an inheritable trait, is it? Physical trait. That is a... adulterer. Well, now that furthers the case. Aggravated wound. I am not going to let him get away with this. Because you know what? There's a chance that he might die of his wounds. We know he isn't present, but do it. Refusal is treason. We're not waiting any longer. Oh, and sell trivial titles. Now, extort subjects because they need more money. It's wartime. When I'm in need of money, my subjects should be happy to pay their dues. Where would they even be without me after all? Raise all armies. This will take about a month. The best one we have? Oh yeah. This Karluk man, who's in good health. Military engineer, aggressive attacker, rough terrain expert. All that you need for an excellent commander here. Go next door. My brother, Mahasana. Now there's a man expression. He already knows for what purpose I'm approaching him. I am loyal. I pay my dues, and says, how else can you know of me? 40 gold. Huh! Do not worry, I will have everyone paid. Again, I'm doing this because I'm an avaricious man. I always have trouble pronouncing that English word. Because this is considered it's like, yes, it's a lifestyle trait, but it feels like a bit of an equivalent to the greedy trait, which I do not have one. But I've been acting like a greedy bastard. And I like to use that money to invest on temple building. Even though what I'm doing is rather frowned upon. I'm honored by the titles you have offered me, and of course I will subsidize them, as it is right and proper. I cannot thank you enough for this honor. Whatever you demand, I will do my utmost for you. That's from Uncle Vikram, the castle builder. You are a true loyal vassal. I wish everyone understood that I'm being extremely generous for what I've been doing lately. And he pays an additional 75 gold to me. And I get a week hook on him. Good. I'm going to use that. Not the vassal's rightful liege. Just to get a bit of that. There you go. Although using a hook on people goes towards the generous fish, but we're so far away from it, it's not to worry. There were other people I do have hooks on, that I recall. You. What artifacts you got here? Oh yeah, that, I don't need that. Oh! Yeah, that stupid council rights thing. Get rid of that. Now, your part is not guaranteed to be on the council anymore. So I need someone better. Well, actually, never mind. There's no one better than you. Yeah. I was hoping for somebody more. And also have a hook on him. A virtuous Buddhist. Yes. Everything seems to be in order. Leave that alone for the time being. Whereas for you, you're going to jail, pal. Yep. May you live in harmony and content. It seems no recourse for a dispute other than to settle on the battlefield. As my council plans are defensive, Vijayabahu, my hostage, Ethnicities, let in. Noble Aga Rada, you treated me fair. treated me well and fairly. With ruin threatening, it is right that in Chera, my homeland, the Aga Rada of banners furled. Give me leave to travel. I'll uh, carry our plea for aid to Mandala Madaya Koletsakara. I am his blood. He'll support you for my sake. I know where I'm going to get my money from, so I'll say take a fine gift with you. Generosity with his taste for war. One can hope. Go forth, my darling. See what you have done? Attack someone in a war, and defend against Taggart in a war. That's degeneration, but again, we know the distance. And plus, we're doing this because we have plans. And how can I do this kind of thing without breaking? Cannot be possible. Yet here I am, my heart beating, whilst it has gone quiet. Oh, and my pet, life will not be the same without you. At least the memories remain. My soulmate died after a botched treatment as she was traveling. Hostage safe conduct is a responsibility. The oath of the warden. I make the pact of honor to protect her from harm. She's met a most sticky end of my court. Most sticky end died of botched treatment. So nothing can be done. Koletsakara will be furious once word reaches the Charanadu court and our agreements cast aside. Tragic. Other rulers now be more wary of sending hostages to your court. Picking up the padded swords for a sparring match for my son, Vijayabahu. I noticed the tattered journal on the sideboard. From the cover it sees contain exercises and best practices pertaining to the martial arts. Vijayabahu glanced in my direction. Oh, that thing? I mostly read it for the illustrations. You can borrow it. Grasps the hilt, not the pointing end. This increases a little bit of martial. Well, every little bit helps. Samana Devi's first steps. I heard a commotion from my daughter, Samana Devi's chambers. Hastening inside to see the witness his play with Samana Devi. My liege, perfect timing. Samana Devi took a first step, shouts excitedly. Holding my girl's hand, she tries to walk around the room. First steps at 1 year old. Impressive. A giant step for a child, a small step for a ruler. After we take Sigiriya, then we will attack the enemy army at Vani, and then go on the offensive towards the Jaffna Peninsula. We're doing this simply to revoke the man's titles, and I will have those titles for a while. I'll make a good fortune, and then go on a pilgrimage with the Silk Road merchants to make even more money. We're doing it for the dynasty, and for the Buddhist faith, as we'll be building more temples all over the place. Devarakita. Fine name. Wants to make something wondrous. Very competent. Small. Alright then. Go ahead. Thank you for putting this endeavor, my lord. My adversary, Mutsin, tries to keep his composure, but I could see examining his eyes. Boxes, sculptures, thrones, there's so much I could make. Perhaps you have any wishes? I don't think I have a throne, do I? 1 second. No. No throne. Create a grand throne fit for my halls. Make me a fancy chair. My sister Rajiya Ahali has honored me with a visit and has brought one of her courtiers along. She approaches me excited. Well met, Aga Rada of Vijayabahu. It pleases me to see you thriving here in Vijayabahupura. It's occurred to me that Vijay here might be of service in your court. He's an incredibly talented strategist. His mind always spinning out possible tactics. I would make use of myself, but alas, that doesn't always seem possible. I can see his great talent go to waste. I'll just take him in and unleash his potential. Oh! But we already have an effective commander with siege skills. But I know a place just for him. He'll join us as one of the Radapura. We never fully reinforced our Velakara. Unless we're in friendly lines, then they can be reinforced. I exit my tent. A siege camp sprawls out before me. A haphazard melee of tents, carts, campfires, and livestock. Flags flap and flutter all along the horizon, and at various intervals fires burn. People bustle about, loading mules and checking supplies. A thin column of smoke climbs above the camp, and the smell of cooking fires fills the air. A low retainer approaches and informs me the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards head to the edge of camp. The Gama of Sigaria stands for me. A ravaged landscape. In the fields between, the dead and dying lie in agony. The faces twisted in pain. Bodies hang from the low timber walls as though they were put to dry. Apparently bodies of the peasants who dared to turn on their lords in the midst of a siege. Frightened survivors stumbled, bloodied, through courtyards, panicked at the sight of my troops. Again, we're sparing it because this is our land, and this will disappoint some of my acclaimed knights, Radaputas, and more. And yes, including you. Because you have a sadistic personality. Spare it, because this is our country. We're doing this because we don't like the man. Go get him, Karluk. We're going to chase him all the way to his home. Ratladu, the vassal we're at war with, approaches me. Who gives him the right to approach my court? And his issue is all about the dog. She's just a dog. Shut up. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna corner him. Yep. Corner him in the Jaffna Peninsula. Fight here in the Talayadi. But the advantage is theirs. Because he's an open terrain expert. He knows that part of the land and likes it. Increased his learning by 1. It's time for a break from Kalaprava's routine lesson plan. I think it would be a good time to pass along some values and pillars by Vijayabahu. I will hone his skills by House of Vijayabahu's tradition. Marshal a little bit more. Every little bit helps. All it took is one occupation of one of his heirs, which does big at a war score. Although I never wanted to, you know, really lower the control of that area much as we did with this one. Yeah. The entertainer. Jacinta, my witness, myself, and Goulet. Everyone is still talking about the many talented entertainers Vassal Vikramabahu gifted me a while back. One of them, however, stood out in particular. Goulet, who is of Uyghur ancestry. Aga Rada of Tambapanni, Jacinta tells me one day. I think I speak for everyone here to say that Goulet is an entertainer unlike any other I've seen across the Silk Road. It would be a waste to let her languish as nothing more than a mere servant. Nay, I say it would be proper to promote her to be one of the regular members of this court, as such a reward for such wonderful service she's provided us. It is a bit unorthodox suggestion, but not unheard of. When I ask the kneeling Goulet what she thinks, she meekly responds with carefully chosen words. I only wish to bring joy to your court, no matter what you require of me. This is Goulet Tapmish, 16. Intelligent? Yeah. Very high intrigue education. Plus, she's a silk runner too, so that's diplomacy and intrigue up and along with the attraction. So this person was once a famous entertainer, perhaps a musician or singer of some sort, along the Silk Road. Whether originally a slave or free person, oftentimes more likely the former, they typically performed for the pleasure of the elites, and once such elite took notice of their talents and raised them to higher status. Where did you find a woman like that in this part of the world? Get a strong loyalty hook on her. To be honest, you make another one of my secondary wives. You definitely deserve more. I'll make you a proper courtier. And you will also be one of my wives. Because of those traits. So there you have it. Hey, as much as I like you, but the skills don't compare, but at least it's a little even. Yeah, sure. I got nothing better to do. Seduce her, then you start having children. Even though they would not inherit any of the lands, but hey, it's nice to spread the dynasty a little more to other places, if I even try to remember. So let's end this war right now before we see any more damage here. And I've gained quite a bit of dread lately. That needs to go down, and fast. Your titles are revoked, mister, for what you just did. You gained a rival for that. And now get out of here. Could ransom you for 100, but wish I could banish you, since you ain't got no title anymore. I mean, it would be nice to tell him to take the vows, but that's not him. That's not who he is. Renounce their claims, I'm not particularly. But I do want to take away some gold off of him. Because... Oh, because I'm a greedy bastard. Excuse me. That was a weak sneeze. Alright. Control is lowered, but not too bad. But up there is more economically important. How much is it again? 450. get to work. Because we're just going to move here, just temporary, okay? Because I'm about to make a little decision here. And get a seneschal. For faster control growth. You, because you're younger. So, yes, this is for Nagadipa. So, why fight against these Indian Ocean pirates when you could work together to profit off of your mutual foes? So this will give us 100 renown. So now, my capital, or in this case, Nagadipa here, will, and a pirate den, which gives various powerful military and economic bonuses, can be further upgraded. Even though it's going to have some pirate infestation, just slowing the process of trying to get the control back up. I'd imagine lowering the popular opinion. So, for historical context again, the line between an armed merchant and a pirate is often blurry. Simple looting was often not a viable long-term goal. Thus, historically, in many maritime regions like the Indian Ocean, many elites often worked together with pirates for profit and gain, and to weaken mutual foes who were economic competitors. 450 gold, 75 prestige. Let us negotiate for our mutual benefit. For years, pirates have operated from the coast of Nagadipa to prey on merchant vessels sailing the Indian Ocean. Yet, there is more to gain if we work together. After all, it is not uncommon for ordinary merchants, like the ones we do business with, to turn to piracy to make extra coin. Nor is it unheard of for pirates to offer their services to enterprising lords. But previously, such things were done in ad hoc, in a disorganized manner within our realm. Let me take a drink. Now, we have struck a deal with the local pirates. In exchange for letting them establish an official base in our territory, they will raid the shores of our foes on our behalf and provide us a share of the loot, as well as to support us in our military ventures. There is no shame in associating with pirates. It is merely another tool we have in our arsenal to protect our economic and political interests in the ever-dynamic, dangerous world of the Indian Ocean. Today is a new beginning. And now here, there's a thieves' hideout here. We can upgrade it further. Though they are now indirectly subsidized by the state to prey on mutual enemies, the pirates of this region have only begun to establish a foothold in this part of the Indian Ocean, thus increasing our tax more. But look at the gain we're making now for controlling a little bit more land than I would typically have. They all cost the same. And it also helps that the land of the Tamil are communal. Because that makes the building construction cost a little less. So it's good to build an Indian Ocean pirate den in Sri Lankan Tamil country. If those who already, that part of it, once we upgrade to black market, intrigue up. Upgrade our Courtiers port, more benefit. And then upgrade it to a sea fortress, even more benefit, including monthly renown. So yeah, we're definitely investing in piracy. Out there. We did our part now. Return back to our original capital. Move it back. What I did is deliberate. It's like, for one day, we decided to move the Courtier and just tell them to, hey, establish a pirate den here. And then we done it. And now, we go back and just say we done it, okay? The tax may be down, but this pirate den here, the thieves hideout, yes, that helps with the tax income. Much, much more. So, feeling good about myself for this. Control will still go up. This place has a haunted, abandoned fortress? Whew, no wonder. Actually, it'll expire next month. Never mind then. It's a good thing we haven't made a siege to there. So that place is apparently haunted. So there, we did our task. We built a pirate den up there in the Jafna Peninsula. Which means in due time tax income is actually much more. Unless you're in Ratanapura. And down here, well, it's modest. Improved defenses here. Garbled pillars down there. Ancient stone monument examination. What? Stone? Structure? When? Oh, I did not know that Nagadeepa has an ancient stone monument. A single flat stone of considerable size was recently discovered in the wilderness here. It must have been carved by bygone people some centuries ago, though some attribute miraculous magical properties to it. It is too large to be reused, so it continues to sit, watching the world around it for all eternity. We could go examine it. Interesting, I'll do that. It's just we gotta settle down first. Oh, I just remembered. And thank you for the gold. We'll need it. Bodyguards. You ain't got any. It'll be you two. These two Turkic people. They're my bodyguards. And now I have a Turkic wife, a Uyghur in particular, who's a former entertainer. Yep, Turks are coming to Lanka. Get the control back up, and then we will be rich. And boy, I would love to make some investments with this. In addition to temple building. It's just we need more money. And we know where we can get money. Now that we have better tax income. But also would like to make Silk Road trades along the way too. Curses! Those accursed children. My son Parakrambahu and his compatriot Narendra were caught red-handed having snuck into the armory. Don't they know that weapons are dangerous? One of the servants caught them in the act. Narendra was crying and bleeding on the floor while Parakrambahu simply played on with his stolen axe. Apparently, Parakrambahu didn't want to stop having fun, but just because Narendra messed up. What will become of that boy? Arbitrary, that ain't good. Oh, what's worse? Arbitrary or impatient? Less stress gain, natural dread. Vassals won't like that. And that's a sin for Theravadans. Oh dear. You don't want to have any sins. Understandable, who cares about Narendra anyway? So unfortunately, Parakrambahu isn't as good as he seems. It's like, yes, he's honest and calm, but he's honest about, you know, the lack of sense of justice. sword is good for the realm. I'll give it 200 gold. But mind you, yeah, I'll do it. Even though our income is continue to get higher and higher the more control we get again. Few men are lucky enough to have as many friends as I do. I appreciate the support I grant them my trust equally. Yet I feel that amongst all the valiant souls I count as my loyal companions in life, one understands me above all. Who wants to be my best friend? Who's been good to me more is the better question. I guess I shall go with cousin. Who else but Paslado Vikramabahu? He's been good to me. She formed a strong bond by always supporting and counseling each other. Dedicated in memory to Enrichment. She was good to me. Samana Devi's first enrobing. As I patiently wait, fetching my clothes, a servant says, "My lord, no one can find your undergarments. I'm surrounded by incompetents. Mother stole me from my bedroom. It's in the nursery of my daughter, Samana Devi. I discovered not only my raiments, but also the girl's wetness. I had no partner at my age. She dressed her herself. 2 years old, first enrollment. Wow." Why the heck not? Call her the Princess of Fashion. Remember, get it up to 90 and then it'll be good. Although I still have interest in go visiting that ancient stone monument in Nagadipa. Whatever's going on up there. Heretical monasteries? Though I'm a supporter of the Mahavihara monastery, I still need to do my duties as Aga Rada and sometimes sponsor or work with other major Buddhist monasteries sects in my territories on the island of Tambapanni. However, there are some staunch Mahavihara monastics who claim that associating with those that they consider heretics is ill-advised at best, and the same indulging in heresy oneself at worst. These hardliners say I should avoid association with the other monasteries as often as I can. Well, I say they're still followers of the Buddha, even if misguided, so I respect the other sects. This character is someone who respects the other Buddhist sects, even though those who follow other views, or at least there's someone who wants to be seen this way, increases a bit of diplomacy for the next 10 years. So that was a little bit of Sri Lanka related flavor event here that you don't often see in this series because I'm not idle enough. Content planner. Very rational, somewhat generous. Should acquire an especially rare book for her. I could scarce thank you so much for the rare book you gave me. I could scarce remember the last time I received such a wonderful gift. Anything for you. All the men-at-arms fully reinforced, that's why we're all gaining more additional income in the post-war. My guards caught a young man and woman near my residence in the early hours in the morning. My page recognized the two as villagers from nearby settlement. They say they are child friends who are in love and wanted to get married against their parents' wishes. So they have eloped, but they haven't gone very far. The young couple pleads with me to be merciful and let them escape and start a new life elsewhere. Knowing that I've done a little bit of elopement myself, I say I sympathize with them. I'll persuade the parents to see from their point of view. Now let's go host an ancient stone monument examination. But first, a local notable presented me with a gift today. It is a leaf made out of pure gold, carefully crafted in an attractive, mesmerizing pattern. Though a small gift, it is something anyone can appreciate, myself included. I know this. I know where this would look good in my house. Ancient stone monuments might be a dime a dozen for some scholars, but there are some which intrigue even those without scholarly inclinations, inspiring the average person to admire and better understand it. So for context, prehistoric stone monuments can be found in many places in the world. These monoliths, whose purpose is uncertain or at least contested, inspire many legends and myths for later cultures that discover them. Subtle warning, yeah, it's a control issue. I'm well aware of this. So, just to remind you people, if one of your provinces is less than 90 control, you could run the risk of suffering a murder attempt while traveling across the lands. While the chance is minimal if the control is bigger than 75 for a single province, the progressive deterioration of control and the increase of provinces with low control also causes an increased chance of a life-threatening event to happen. I had a sore throat earlier and took this herbal concoction to make it better, as some suggested to me. Though I'll admit my throat does feel better, the medicine tastes disgusting. I can't make that taste go away. So I might gain piety, lose stress, have this examined ancient stone monument modifier, which adds a little bit of learning and lifestyle experience. So let's go over there. 94 gold just to go to there. So we'll see what the big deal is concerning these old ruins. Haha, now you visit a thieves' hut, which now gains a tiny bit of martial and a bit of trade experience, since it's now a point of interest. Wow, 10 guests here. My lord, beneficiary once suggested to me an object covered in fat with a wide grin on his face. I've told many days and nights. I found that my work is done. He whips off the covering and my eyes grow wide to see what's hidden beneath. A regal throne of excellent craftsmanship. The frame is constructed from a solid wood, rosewood posts, and the seat is cushioned with lamb's wool pillows. Oh, this is lovely. Not that special. Tiny but elegant description on the side, dedicated in loving memory of the Rajtite. Yeah, I gotta fix these. Do you have another diplomacy book somewhere? This is one on display. I've taken some time to travel to the more remote parts of Nagadipa, where there's a great ancient stone monument. I was just curious and wonder what it's like. Upon arriving at the location, I walk up to the monument to examine it further. Though its shape is crude, it was clearly carved by human hands. It is also an impressive sight. I could see why the locals have been unable to move it anywhere. One has to wonder how it got here in the first place. Well, my scholarly instincts tell me to investigate the monument further. Knowing myself, it was quite insightful. Journeying through I passed by a particular looking tent split over some more particular looking occupants. I went over Aga Rada. I can tell you have many miles to go. Can I offer you a reading of your bridge travels at a modest price? No? How about you come and experience the future with me? Well, I made it. How long is that? Sir, going to be around. Need to go on a pilgrimage sooner or later, which I guess we have an opportunity to do so. You know what? Worldly pilgrimage for once. Got to Varanasi. Unvisited holy site, unique Buddhist holy site, respectable distance. Compare that to Gaia. I know it doesn't. Yeah, that would eliminate that problem. But this would be the final cost. Need to get up to 314. That means wait a couple of months. Control's almost up to 90. This conversation's slow. One Slavic gets off, only tired smells. Glad turned to me, still pretty much. I have something in store for everyone. Can you guess? A reading, I replied, noticing a lingering click by the door of a heavy tome in the sense. Chloe was impressed and gestured to the man inside. The man, sir, pulled up the chair, and Mahesicule rose to her feet. Dear friend, she calls Passion. And it's just as for our dear poet. You don't suggest I want her eyes settle back on me. The Amis Predin would give us a chance to learn. Clerk drones on and I could tell touch living. While I'm thinking of how to settle the situation, my Rataputa Parudra suddenly chimes asked, may I humbly ask you read sick at none instead? Me to fix up a new interest. Son of a pig, why did I think of that? Son of a pig. Huh. Once it gets up to 90, switch the control towards Siberia. One of my swords approaches me, holding my scale armor in my hands. Late, while I was cleaning up the storeroom, I noticed that the armor is so old that it's practically falling apart. What shall we do with it? Like the armor, while no amount of money could ever make it wearable again, it's supposed to clean up and preserve for display for only a marginal cost. No, it's too expensive. Let it be destroyed. The whole prominence of all the monasteries have been dropping lately. What the hell happened? Tamil Sri Kula peasants have moved from the Rata of Nagadipa to Vijayabahu. So now this line has become majority Tamil and Hindu. Not a concern. Although I would reconvert it back to... Actually, should reconvert it back. Not culturally, but faith. Back to Theravada, because doing that makes it... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Convert. Convert. I saw it somewhere. Yes. 5. Okay, it's not agreed to do. Take about 3 years' time. I appreciate the thought. Alright. Now, increase control down there. Just take 2 years' time. Gotta improve tax income down there. So it's all been sent away, and our bed is decorated seashells. Goliath our chambers, she smiles confidently, joins Ivani in hesitation. With the help of hands, mouths, and limbs, we reaffirm the devotion we swore before Siddhartha, perhaps in a more carnal fashion than intended. As we're united in marriage, now we are united in heart. There you go. Now, let's go on a pilgrimage. Worldly for once, to Varanasi and Sarnath. It'll be humble. So yes, we're bringing in Nakota ship owners. Just to increase the diplomacy and stewardship skill a bit, combine that with Silver Merchant. 16% chance you might get a small amount of gold from a trade deal. Each and every time. Now the magic makes the travel safer. And during our time, we'll add a little bit of detour. Go to Patliputra. And then to Gaya. And then start working your way back down. Go overland. Yes, yes, yes. Everything. Go by sea, come back by land. I'm not going to visit all the landmarks. Just a few notable ones. Got it? Let's wait. An honest man's got to do what he's got to do. You are a Hungarian silk road merchant who is sickly, but he is also a physician himself, so he'll be alright. To Varanasi. Added 2 more potential pilgrims to this travel. Who else joined? I'd like to know. We left on the 18th and the one on the 19th. Those are 2 pilgrims that joined. Tamil Buddhist. And who's the other man? The other? Singlis, who is a contrite. Oh yeah, you've been guilty. And you were also one of the many wedding guests that was here. This might be the last great trial for Momchilo, who's been with us for a good part of the series. And him being ill doesn't help, but at least there's some disease resistance to it. It's a good thing we have these Southeast Asian shipbuilders to protect us or to sea travel dangers. Right before dusk falls, we hear cries for help as I look over the railing into the vast body of water. I notice a small boat with three human-like shapes. They appear to be drifting across the sea, aimlessly going where the waves will take them. I try to make out who they might be, and from my limited knowledge, they look to be shipwrecked. Huh? Can you see? What do you do an idea? They're all Jewish. They're all from this culture. They're all formed from Tamil and an unknown culture of Yehudim heritage. 52 AD. Oh. Malabari and one person's rabbin. Well, climb aboard, all of you. This is a worldly thing to do. Just say, climb aboard. You drop the pilgrims off at the closest shore. Come on in, pilgrims. Never thought I would say that. Dog is such a good girl, huh? She's pretty because I laid with her and made her my lover. Hey. I was about to say, I put the new throne there, right? Because I didn't get a good look at my new throne. Obviously, it comes from the Somalian man, so obviously it would look a little bit African, North African, Middle Eastern influence as far as design's concerned. Oh, you are entering into a war zone that's under siege. What a great place to stop, huh? Once we're on land. Be careful. Kodaka mandala is on the famous way shrine that I have at a Best Buy. Local styles isn't uncommon for travelers to spend even a few days praying there, for it is said that doing so will ensure a safe passage for one's journey. I am unsure how helpful praying this would be, but should at least pay my respect to Siddhartha on here. Say a quick prayer and move on. We gotta get to Sarnath. Well, Kanstar uses the new Raj Purohit, who is 56. I bet Rakesh though. He's half and half. But center, clearly. Not one of the good ones. As we make our way through here, we are approached by a commoner claiming to be the leader of a group of Theravada pilgrims. Good Aga Rada. We've been on the road to Varanasi for weeks, but the roads are too dangerous, and I would short on provisions. We would be forever grateful for your support. Vikram. The more the merrier. It'll slow us down a bit, but it'll make the travel a little more safer. Join it, babe. So as a reminder, who are these people exactly? Yeah, the Marabaris. That is the descendants of the tribes of Israel spread across the world. They built smaller communities from west to east. Acting as tribes of their own, they're also called Cochin Jews. They made their new home in the Cochin Kingdom of South India. There they intermixed with the local people and exchanged cultures. That's who these people are exactly. But their mother tongue is Tamil. They're much different people. But they speak Tamil. Along my fellow pilgrims, there is a man who preaches compassion and fellowship that reaches the topic of heathens. One eating around cavalry loudly declares them to be abominable monsters in the eyes of the samsara. Deviants and child murderers all. Most people grit their eyes when it looks at them. Tonight I was... Do you not agree, O Aga Rada? They're not all that bad. This becomes more worldly. Now, what do you mean worldly? What does it give you? Cultural acceptance activity reward. That's what this is for. As we managed to get through a dangerous path of Ratanpur, we decided to rest for the night. As I walk around the cabin, suddenly a strange feeling that someone is missing bothers me. I ask around and agree on one thing. They don't remember seeing Adina all day. That is worrisome. He's still just a child. What if he got lost somewhere in the plains along the way? He's probably lonely, and more importantly, starving. This boy's an herbalist. That's the only thing we know about him. And he's pensive. I'll find him myself. Found him and brought him back. I got the absolute crown authority law, really? Bypassed it. All thanks to the regent of mine. Because I never approved. I mean, I only did limited crown authority, but I never ever gone high. That one was caused by the regent. And now I have absolute crown authority that was caused by the regent. And look at the vassal taxes it provides me now. Look at the money we're making. Those vassals will hate me now. And I could designate the heir. Ooh. Is that so? Also, by the way, when I left, I didn't get the chance to pick up that trait, which it can occur as soon as you travel with that option. Even if you haven't been making a few trades, there's a chance of getting. Okay, succession. Can I really? Yes, I can. Okay, then. That means I can pick whoever I want. Excellent. But for now, it's going to remain Powder Crown Bahu. Because I'm raising him to be somebody that... You know, as it should be. Though that arbitrary thing, unfortunately, will be a bit of a stain on him, but nevertheless, he'll be a virtuous Buddhist. I predict him. I plan on ending this episode when we return to Tambapanni. 27? That's chump change. Because compared to the income we make now. 131. Sorry, can't. Happens every damn time. Okay. The word of my route seems to spread to this area of Chuna. As our entourage soon beset with countless serfs begging to be blessed with the royal touch. I could, of course, simply sprinkle a little water blessed by myself upon them. They would surely be satisfied. But granted and blessed coins would soothe their affected areas, will keep them happy and blessed for much longer. Just regular water should satisfy them. As we trek through Chuna, our caravan has stopped at a clearing bordered by tall grass. I proceed towards the commercial only to find Mana Dichuran and Anea having our river. I'll have no more to your idiots say you brash child. It's time to split in the grass. You're the one who's won this entire journey. Screaming, are we there yet? At every crossroads and every time. Oh, now, she's going to recommend 99% chance of success. You got it. Increasing a bit of that diplomacy lifestyle experience that's needed. Got it. Sarnath. My journey has brought me to Sarnath, the site where Siddhartha first taught the Four Noble Truths to his followers, as well as the teachings associated with it. It was here that the first Buddhist school was founded, which even today attracts pilgrims from all over the world, all over the Buddhist world. And don't forget that Varanasi is also an important Hindu holy site too. I have walked the holy path. A pilgrim puts down a vaulted doll before the altar, bowing her head. I see a Daruva Devi, blessing her and muttering something in her ear. Holy, I managed to hear. The bhikkhu makes a gesture. Do you have something to... do you also bring something to have blessed you, Aga Rada? The old Sihala court politics. Let everyone see the fame of my Sihala court politics. Though it's more worldly. If I was more pious, I would, you know, go the other way. But look at the prestige gain. That's just marginal. So now we improve that artifact, which means now, oh, where is it? Here you are. The prestige just increased a bit. And also gave it more 10 years of life expectancy, one would think. Oh, and look down there. It shines with a pristine aura after being blessed in the holy site of Varanasi. So I took this book with me and have it blessed. Wonderful. Spent time learning local customs and ceremony, increasing further the diplomacy. Donated funds to preservation of the Varanasi holy sites. The markets of Varanasi are bustling with merchants shouting in languages that I'd never heard, and selling spices I'd never tasted. Guide of the pilgrim, learn the safest routes, discover the marvels of Varanasi. One of the else waved a small book in my direction. Let me take a look. And if you take this turn, I mean, I should have seen this book before, so let's become more worldly. Paid respects to the Maharaj Ki Jehu. Don't we have another Vijayabahu somewhere? Am I crazy? No. Oh, I didn't even get a good look at you. You may never know. I mean, if I live long enough and if you get those traits, I might designate you as heir, since now that I have the absolute crown authority thanks to my regent. What in the world has happened to my son Agabodi? He's all bruised and beaten, and he refuses to name who did this to him. Was it an older child, or did he pester a noble to the point of fury? If so much a pen drops, Agabodi will be running for the safety of an empty closet. And a poor boy seems to be living in constant fear. None of them good. Run, hide, never give your foes a chance to hurt you. I'm in no mood to try to move in the right direction. We're not a warrior culture, calm yourself. As our time at the sacred site draws to an end, I may have missed out on an odd-worldly opportunity, but I'm overall happy with the experience. This being my first pilgrimage, well, no pilgrimage exactly, I feel like I'm confident that I'm more familiar with what to expect with this type of spiritual journey in the future. Better not, it's been an honor. So this makes every encountered culture, the cultural acceptance for aura increased by 3, for example. So we went through here. Oh, the old sword. I'm sorry, it's too expensive. Money's going elsewhere. It's gonna keep going down. We've gotta support the Sangha again. Because clearly, we haven't been supporting the Sangha lately, and I'm at fault. I've seen the world and beheld its many wonders in my travels, but I've never beheld such beauties as the ones I've seen in Chanduli. Truly, Bengali women are cut above all the rest. One particularly fascinating specimen has taken my eye as of late. A peasant woman named Devi Ahilya. Come on. A pretty little beloved. It's far too pleasing mind to spend her days slaving away here. I don't know about that. Can't give my love so freely. We need to get back home soon. Because apparently we've been having a setback with the prominence of the Sangha. We need to support it once we get back here. Truly, a stroll through art is a gift from Tathagata. The tranquility of this place is suddenly and abruptly broken by furious grunts clattering on. Hark! Get me out of this metal prison. My squire took offense at my manner, even going so far as to call me heartless and has abandoned me. Whatever this strange man did could not have been enough to justify being stuck forever in his arm. Of course I could have someone help. But it's truly worth it. Consider the armor gone. For a price. Just a bit of mold. Got ill. Do not worry. Do no more than is necessary. Thank you very much. A duel. Fighter boys will show how it's done. Learning. The fighter boys wins. And he joins. We heard that Rota's land lousy with holy men traveling in impoverished conditions, living often on faith alone. One such medic can't support our caravan, speaking of interpretation of Siddhartha's world and how to lead a pious existence. The impoverished creature seems to loathe the part of our party, but perhaps I could get rid of him. I'm a master debater, and I want to debate. Ditch! Got till 9 months. We gotta support the Sangha again. What's been going on down there? Sickly. Yeah, it's not the first time I catch my reptile fighter boats fiddling around some flowers and picking along the road. Sometimes I swear to hear him sighing, overlooking Vajra cots holding. It's not so secret that my heart has found a new home far from home. Last, my soul aches for Atamansi Sujabal. My desires to know your eyes long for just so that I'll die for a word, please. Please, if I could, let me stay with her. Well, now you have every reason to be. Even though she may be beautiful, but she is not a nice woman. She is arrogant and vain, one would think. I've seen women like that before. Although, she could join. But that does not mean divorce. I'm sure the next day he'll be like, hey, where did she go? Why is she not minding my car? We're kind of screwing over some of his skills that he needed from the spouse. But I've never seen a character like that, who's born beautiful, but she is arrogant and vain. Ranipur is a land strange and obscure custom. The practices of the Vaishnavite faith are strange and unimaginably different from Theravada, and nowhere is that more apparent than their attitude towards the practice of magic. Right in the middle of the town is a woman chanting incantations and offering blessings as she would Bhikkhu. It's strange to me, but the people appear positively jubilant to be in her presence. Now, as you may understand that witchcraft is a sin. One debate. Now we're well known. Some are wondering, how did she get pregnant even on way over there? I stopped asking such questions long ago in this game. Just want to go home. And, Momchilo's finally passed. Died in his sleep while we are here in Bhadrakala. We're gonna miss this Serbian man. He decided to shed his mortal coil and died in his sleep. It behooves me to choose someone else to lead montage. In fact, there are two who could easily fill Momchilo's shoes. Either my Courtier, the Patamahesi, or the Kuchin. I mean, they're both good, but since she's of royalty, resolve, power, and lack a cohesive strength, she wouldn't make a good commander. She also has governance tutor. I'll take her. Well, no. Go with this one. Because why? Because he's a pilgrim, and he's an administrator. He knows where to go, so he'll do just fine. Aptitude matters, rather than the personality. It's a wonder how we found him from a shipwreck, and now he's our newest caravan master. My caravan masters are nothing but foreigners. The regent just died. Committed suicide. Oh. Bad. It's gonna be one of my wives and lover to be, one to trust. Build a local Buddhist religious site. Excellent. It's about bloody time. Just to increase the prominence of the monasteries to get it back up. The journey's been long and tiresome, and my feet ache so much that my ancestors must have felt it. As I feel about to collapse from exhaustion, I feel something heavy weigh on my neck. Before long, I'm adored head to toe in traditional Telugu garbs. Streets alive with jubilation. Every house head beckons me to come inside and rest my weary laurels. It would only take a moment to regain my stamina. I'd be welcome as a guest of honor. Telugu hospitality is legendary, but can I really afford not to see it for myself? I must keep moving. No fighting. Room to rule. Pakrama Bahu. Pakrama Bahu. Stop, damn it. You pick up 3 additional learning. Goody. Look at him. He's not even 16 yet. I would love to go over there, but I'm in the middle of traveling right now. fields of Ekar and meadow are set to behold. Every crop in bloom, every leaf green, every stem. I quickly tracked down the source of the Debutantes, spotting a woman standing in the field, seemingly holding a lecture of some sort to the gatherings. Her name is Mistress Paranakai. She noticed me in the distance and turned in my direction. My knowledge of gardening is vast. Yes, incomparably vast. So stay a while and listen. 50-50. Just this once, we'll wait. Color me intrigue. Down to earth. Come on. 2 more months. We'll be here before Christmas, one would think. Entertainers again. Thank you very much. Guilds. Knighthood is the one I want next. After a long day of travel, the horizon starts to bleed into warm colors. I take a moment to pause and close my eyes a bit. Careful! My caravan leader, Uriel, screams, pointing at the farmlands beyond the firefall. What looks like a small road run in the wild. After it, a black figure I easily recognize. Yoip! Quick, everyone, after her! It doesn't take much to track the grounding and broken twigs. Their origin. Shadow sits over the leaflet, licking her black paws on the blood of her leg. The squirrel's almost unrecognizable, right next to her. I knew you'd be successful. Well done. I know a cure, I think. Uh-huh. As we walk down the halls of the manor of Rameshwaram, at the Valet, turns to me. They say that this part of the state is haunted, my lord. I hesitantly look around. The hall's a bit darker than I would have expected. Candles flicker at the post. When we'll stop at the old dining hall? At the Valet turns to me again. This one. Would you like a tour of the haunted manor? Right here. Intriguing. We're walking down the dark and deserted hallway. A few furnishings we come across, all covered up with sheets, adding to the ghostly atmosphere. Was that a rat? I heard the catch my entourage. At the Valet. Judge's face says, squinting as she utters the words, "And through here, my lords and ladies." I'm too damn curious. What's this nook over here? I fumble in the darkness. I doing my best to ignore this slight sense of panic and the darkness evokes in me. I hurried through the next doorway, trying to find a group. Suddenly, a large, dark shape comes swooshing down on top of me, and I let out a shriek of surprise. When I came to my senses, I find a group standing in the room I just entered. At the village, has trouble breathing through the laughter and points at me. Lord, did you had a good time? Don't do that. Don't hit her. I'll just say, oh, haha, yes, indeed. There's still some leftover dread, and I want to get rid of that. Now enter the familiar country. Here we go. The journey has been a long one. I've finally come home again. While much remains the same, something has changed in how the bhikkhus, the Extremities, treat me. I've undergone a journey. The holy man insisted such a change about me, but I could see it for myself or not. It's good to be home. There, we end it here. But first, for God's sakes, Support the Sangha. Somehow we've been losing the prominence. Out of Venice schools. In the name of the three jewels, get it up! What else? I mean, this doesn't increase the prominence, does it? No, but there's a good reason why we've been getting a lot of income. You haven't been granting, you know, the temples to it. You're almost there. You might as well do that just this moment. Grant the land temples a monastery. It'll be 100. But watch the income be reduced due to this as we give it to the Buddhists. 5. So, okay, that doesn't hurt much. But it helps with the development. Almost there! But one thing is for certain. In the next episode, it would be nice to have a tiny bit of reduction cost with this regarding construction. Especially you've been picking these up lately. Which we'll do that in 2 years. I simply wanted to get that. And have the befriend scheme. In addition, and go back to stewardship. Get this, knowing that I'll be investing quite a bit. So we'll be investing in more things. Oh, and I can get to go to the university again. Because I didn't become Midas Touch, but maybe I'll give it another chance at this, especially with such renewed knowledge. So, more things to come in the next episode as we get this land fully controlled again. Well, in fact, one second. There we go. I mean, it's under full control now. And, so, we still got more work to do. Go to university, invest on piracy, and accumulation phase begins. And then we start building temples, because it'll be cheaper. I mean, look here, for example. 440. And plus, there's a new building slot, which I can go for either cattle pastures or hunting grounds, because I do want more income. But I believe the better alternative is wind furnaces. Plus, increased quality of all those things. So we got a lot of work to do and a lot of investments to be making. So we hope you people have enjoyed this episode. But until then, so long for now.